Hi, good evening everybody. So this is part 2 from my video from earlier today about my car situation. So I had put a service request in through my insurance app saying I needed to get a tow. Turned out the tow truck that came is from the same place that I requested the insurance have the tow truck take my car to. I didn't know they also did towing, so that was a coincidence. So this shop in my town is fairly new. Like they're still under construction. And I don't even know if I'm like one of the first people to get my car fixed there at this location. They've had their location in another city that's about 35 minutes away from me. And that one's been there since like 1983. And so there's two brothers. One is running the one that's been around since the 80s. And then there's another brother that's going to be running this one in my town. Anyways, they're Marcelo and Leo, and they're both super, super nice. When my mom had her hit and run, the tow truck took her to the auto body shop in the other part of town, or the other location that's like 30 some minutes away. And so that's how she met Marcelo. But then talking, my mom mentioned that we live in Frederick. So he's like, oh, my brother's gonna be running the shop there, so he's like, yeah, if you ever need anything, that one's closer, blah blah blah. But anyways, dropped my car off there earlier this afternoon. Well, the tow truck dropped my car off. And he's like, yeah, I'll call you later with the estimate. And, I posted that estimate in my description on my first video once I found out. And you guys, he had all the parts handy. He got my car fixed. He was by himself today, just working at the shop by himself. Like I said, because they're not really open like 100% yet. Seriously, they're like painting. They have like, the brown paper on parts of the wall because they're doing different colors, and there's no furniture in there. And they're still like going to be doing some cutouts for windows and a glass door. So yeah, it's totally, totally under construction. But the place is going to be very nice. But anyways, he called me at or texted me around 6:30. He's like, your car's ready. I was like, oh my God. Now I had explained to him, I'm like, I don't have the funds. So I was planning on getting a tow truck or seeing if his brother Marcelo, who had let my mom borrow a rental car for 10 days, if he would have a rental car for me to use. But then he's like, when he called, he's like, oh, your car's ready, you can pick it up. And I was like, that's great. But remember I said earlier, I don't have the money to pay it all today. And he's like, no, my brother and I talked. He's like, we met your mom, we trust her. So, you're good. He's like, just pay us as soon as you can. I was like, what? Are you serious? Like, who does that this day and age? It's like, I don't know, I feel like God put them there for a reason, and they really helped my mom out a couple weeks ago. They helped me out tremendously. So he just sent me a link to my phone. He's like, yeah, when you're ready to pay, or if you have to do a few installments, that's fine. He's like, here, just click on the link and pay over, online. I was like, I gave him the biggest hug you do not believe. Like, wow, super impressed. Very honest guys. They operate with integrity. So highly, highly recommend them. If you're in the Gaithersburg area, they're called Airpark Auto Body. Like I said, that location's been there since like 1983. And then the one here in Frederick is Airpark of Frederick. So definitely, definitely recommend. Check them out. I was just super, super impressed. Like who fixes your car over $1,000 worth of repairs and lets you drive off with your vehicle and not pay anything? Like, that does not happen. So I'm super, super thankful, very grateful for Leo and his brother, Marcelo. So shout out to them. And I just got home from making deliveries. My car's driving great. No squeaking noises. I love it. Because I went there to pick up my car with my mom. And I had my son's car. My son's car is also making noises. So Leo quickly took a look at my son's car. And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, it looks like the serpentine belt and the AC compressor. And we already knew that my son had to replace the AC compressor because he had gotten an estimate early, before. So just like that. And he's like, yeah, when he's ready, he's like, have him bring it in. I'll give him an estimate. And he even said, if your son wants to watch and learn, he's like, I'll teach him. I'm like, what? So that's pretty cool. So yeah. So ending the night on a high. Crazy, crazy day, but. And then tomorrow, another day of waking up early, making some deliveries, going to church, making more deliveries, taking a break, and then going back out for the dinner rush, making deliveries. Hope everyone had a great, great Saturday, and hope you have a nice Sunday. See you guys on the next one. Have a good night. Bye.